15 years from now, what will your life be remembered for? Is it for some meetings, some days, and some errands? Or is it for moments? Is it for memories? Is it for those wonderful joys and happiness? In today's video, I'm going to tell you 15 such things which will matter less and less to you in 15 years. Hey folks, I am CSK and I am an educator. Many of the times people get carried away with the rat race, the so-called rat race of life. And especially if you are in your 20s, if you are in your 30s, keep this video as a ready reckoner. Why? Because we don't have to get into the rat race to come out of it, right? So here are 15 things which I have discovered from my experience, which will matter less and less as the time flows. So 15 things that matter less to us in 15 years from now. So number one coming your way is that fancy and expensive physical possessions. Yeah, everything fancy, everything expensive, everything materialistic. We want to have them, that expensive watch, that fantastic car, or that great villa, or even smaller things like that gadget, that mobile phone, and many things. But if you look at it from that perspective, from the lens of significance, this is going to cost you or matter to you less and less as time progresses. I have said this before in the earlier videos, and I'm going to repeat that one more time for you, that everything material has a limitation. And what is that? Till you own it. That's where the pursuit is. The magic evaporates the minute you own it. But you may ask, what is the fun of not owning? I'm not saying no. I'm not saying don't own it. I'm only saying be cautious and conscious of the fact that these things will matter less and less as time flows. Number 2, society's obsession with outer beauty. Yes, we've all heard of that line, beauty is only skin deep. No, the fact is, as the time progresses, as you age, you understand and you realize the fact that inner beauty, the people's true worth, is what they are made of internally. Their value system, their ethics, their ability to express love, these are the things which really matter. And all those people who are really near and dear to you are those people to whom you don't care about their external beauty. About whose beauty, it doesn't really matter. They're beautiful just the way they are. So society's obsession of this outer beauty will matter less and less to you in 15 years time. So be aware of it and discover that much before. Number 3, judging others and their shortcomings. Perfection is a myth, right? Nobody really is perfect, but we all are victims of judging people. 15 years from now, your judgments about people doesn't matter, because people are not made of just one incident or one event. They're made of a collection of incidents and collection of situations. So judging people for their shortcomings will not matter to you as it matters that particular day, the day you judge them. So keep this in mind and then get away from judging. Stop or reduce passing judgment on people. Number 4, arguments. Winning arguments. This for sure will not matter 15 years down the line. That simple argument on which you have had heartburns, unnecessary stress will really not matter as time progresses. So be aware of it and try to remove as much as possible these arguments from your daily lives. Number 5 is saving over dramatic people, saving the world, taking up the entire responsibility on yourself. Sometimes you find or you come across situations where you feel that The whole responsibility rests on us. The onus rests on us, on these shoulders. But that's not the truth. Remember this. You are responsible for yourself, not for others. So you cannot save the world. Yes, you can do good to the world. You can wish best for the world. You can hope that the world gets the best out of their life. But that does not mean the onus is on you. But sometimes we get so bundled up with stress and with unnecessary pressure that we got to save the world. No, do not. And that really does not matter down the line, because there is a process of natural justice. There is a process of the whole cause and effect, and that will take its natural course. Number 6, winning everyone's approval, becoming Mr. Popular, seeking validation from everyone. And let me tell you this, listen to this line very, very carefully. What matters towards the end is not the number of people who kind of applauded you or validated you and who kind of followed you. What matters is what did you do when you had the choice between doing the right thing and the easy thing? What did you do when you had to cut corners? Did you resist or did you heed? These things matter. So becoming Mr. Popular does not really matter as the time progresses. Significance lens will reduce the urge to become popular. Number 7, blaming others. I've always said this and I keep repeating this. Never criticize, condemn or complain. Stop blaming people, because those people whom you're trying to blame today does not matter. That situation will pass, that day will pass, but then the experience you created for yourself and others will not pass. And instead, you can make that into a great memory by stop blaming others. I'm not saying blame yourself. I'm only saying stop blaming others. Take responsibility. A wise man rightly said, there are controllables in life and there are uncontrollables in life. The secret to life is to understanding what can be controlled and what cannot be controlled, and trying to control what can be controlled. I've used the word control too many times, but then you got the drift, right? So that's important. Stop blaming. Number 8 is being in constant control of everything. I think I've already said that before, but I'll be reiterating here. Trying to be a control freak does not work. Let loose, let go, and that's when you will enjoy the real flavor of life. Number 9, having a calendar jam-packed with engagements and events. Now this is the common thing which happens every day. You have the Google Calendar, you have the notification center, you have got everything working around the clock. But the fact is, life is not lived with meetings and to-do lists. Life is lived with moments, as I said at the beginning. Life is lived with joys. Life is lived with those empty spaces where you are open for surprises. You allow life to happen to you, right? So that's where it is. So these meetings and these jam-packed schedules will mean less and less as time progresses. It's the quality over the quantity. Remember that. Number 10 is the temptation of quick fixes, jugaad, shortcuts, and that thing of getting more done in less time. These are the things which consume us on a daily basis. But what I want to tell you through this particular thing is reduce the temptation for short fixes. What happens to you does not matter. What you let to happen to you really, really matters. Number 11, the pressure to make a big difference all at once. Now this is something which is kind of common to all of us. In fact, I was a victim of this last year. As I was comparing myself with multiple other people, for example, Dhoni. When Dhoni celebrated his 39th birthday, I was like, oh, he's almost of my age. Where is he and where am I? Ranbir Kapoor, similar character, another person of similar age, a contemporary. Where is he and where am I? So I keep comparing. But where does that take me? They are living their lives. I got to live my life. So the point here is the pressure of making a big difference all at once. No. They are making their difference in their chosen area. I get to make difference in my chosen area. I'm not like them. They are not like me. And if you are watching this video, you might have compared somebody else with you. and said, oh, where are they? Where am I? What life am I living? Especially today, I keep seeing a lot of these young people who are jumping the bandwagon of entrepreneurship. They keep comparing with another founder, with another startup entrepreneur, and saying that they made it to this much in Series A, Series B, Series C funding, and I should do it. There's nothing wrong in competing. What I'm trying to tell you is losing your sleep over that. Filling your life with these comparisons and metrics is not worth it. So 15 years from now, these things does not really matter. So keep that in mind and be cautious. Number 12, being an online only activist for good causes. Being an online only activist for good causes. This we have heard, we have all been there and done that. Liking, commenting, signing that online petition is all good, but real difference happens on the ground. And 15 years from now, what really matters is those causes for which you really stood for, those causes for which you really did something about. You might support 101 causes, you might support and voice out your opinion online, but it doesn't really matter. In my book, what you stand for, what you live your every day really matters, and that's what gives you ultimate satisfaction towards the end. Number 13 is perfection. How perfect everything could be or should be. Now, perfection is a myth. To do things, you don't have to chase perfection. You really have to get started. Action is a prelude towards perfection. Now, you might be perfect or not, but again, it is subjective. But in the process of getting it perfect, we lose a lot of sleep. We lose a lot of our mental peace. So what I'm trying to tell you is, done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. So don't chase perfection. It's like chasing the shadow. It's like a dog trying to catch its tail. It doesn't work. It just goes round and round. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, done is better than perfect. 15 years from now, what you did really matters. How perfect it was hardly matters, because by then, the definition of perfection might have very well changed. 14. The little failures for which you beat yourself up. Remember this. Every project, every single assignment you embark upon, you might fail or you might succeed. The chances are almost same. But in the end, failures make you as much as the successes. So beating yourself up and hoping for that success for everything really does not matter. What matters is the experience. What matters is the lessons. What matters is that ability to attempt and be done with it. Last but not the least, 15th one among the 15 things that matter less and less in 15 years is the inevitable frustrations of daily life. The inevitable frustrations of daily life. Yes, for small things, for small little tiny things, we get frustrated. And every day, if you look at it, it becomes a collection of those frustrations. Don't do that. Enjoy life. Have fun. And enjoy the changes and those surprises which come your day. It may be easy for me to preach, but then the practice is what makes it fun. The practice is what makes it fun. And believe you me, as I'm talking to you, I am trying to implement and I am implementing all these things, because at the end of the day, with the time which I have, I want to make every moment count. I might sound philosophical, but then we all have that urge to live a grander life. Let's use this and spend our energy on those things which really matter. When I'm talking about that, let me give you some things which you can focus upon as you rewire your life. For example, thinking deeply. Second, speaking gently. Third, loving lots and lots. Fourth is laughing often. Fifth is working hard. Yes, you work hard, give your 100% or maybe 200%, but be done with it. Then is just giving. As you say, as you know, giving gets you more, but don't give with the intention of getting more, just give. Then expect less. Yes, when you do things without expecting, you enjoy it more. Be present. Being present, as I said earlier, I'm repeating it, being present is what makes it count. Be kind, be honest, And last but not the least is be true to yourself. Thank you very much for watching CSK Speaks.